and they really, they don't live there. That's my whole point, okay? And, you know, and every time an officer comes by, I tell them, I've seen a couple, and sometimes they'll patrol it, and every once in a while, boom, one goes by. And I challenge them, I say, come on back, I want to talk to you. I'll wave my hand, and they keep on going.
You don't want to do that. There's
Yeah.
a lot of crazy people.
Yeah, okay, well.
Call the police, please.
When the car goes right by me and misses my toes,
I
you
know,
know, I think, uh-oh.
You don't know what type of juice some of these guys are.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yes, sir.
But I can tell you this, when we had the speedometer machine out there, and there's the deputy chief.
I saw him.
We get data off of that machine.
I know, sir.
We very rarely saw anybody speeding. So we'll probably get that machine out a little bit more slowed down. Number one, we talked about speed bumps, but again.
Just like you said.
Excuse me, just move on the side a little bit.
We say one thing and do another.
3 or 4 neighbors said yes, 5 or 6 neighbors said no. So we're the bad guys to the 3, and the other 6 said, well, that's what you should have done anyway. So we don't make everybody happy.
Yes, sir.
But we have more police there now than ever.
Yes, sir.
In fact, you happy with the new lighting?
Oh, yes, I love it. Because that,
You can play a baseball game out there at night.
before that one spot right in the middle there, it was barren,
That's right.
okay?
That's right.
And there's a resident who lives in the next block, okay? And I'm talking I think it was in September, okay? It had to been at least 9:30, 10:30 at night. And I had the curtain open, all of a sudden I see this old lady walking, right? And I'll be a son of a gun if she didn't stop. And she went over and she had a heart attack, right? So I went out there and I called 911 and the boys came and took care of her. And I just saw her the other day, coming back for that. So those lights are this, so you can, no one would have saw her, because that light wasn't there.
Well, we put lights up Cullen, down Octavia, and we're going across
Yes, sir.
Cullen. And
Yeah.
we did that because that area was a little darker,
Mhm.
and I don't have to tell you, you've been hearing about a lot of the threats on the malls and everything else.
Yes, sir.
So, put all that together, it makes a whole lot of sense.
Mhm.
But Trustee Solomowski was the one who came up with the idea, let's get the halogen lights on. We would have liked to put the LED lights on, but at this point, they're a little expensive.
Sure.
And we're thinking about doing the whole village, but right away, we
Mhm.
knew we could get the halogen lights on. And believe me, I drive down there now, and it's like playing a
It
baseball
is,
game at
oh,
night.
it's great, because
Yeah, it's beautiful.
then the illumination from the other part of the building,
Right.
from the health club, they're a little bit more toward the wall,
Mhm.
but they still reflect off, and you can see anybody walking on either side.
Now, to add to that, when we did all those lights and everything, because everybody thought it was good, I did get 1 or 2 calls telling me they can't sleep with me because the lights are on.
Oh, please.
I can't.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
I mean, that's why you have shades or curtains.
Well, that's what we have.
I mean,
I kind of said the same thing, like, just close your drapes.
Right.
But you look out the window. What are you gonna do?
What, I mean, at 2:30 in the morning?
But see, we do what we think is the best for the village.
Sure, for everybody concerned. It's never an individual.
No, it can't.
It's always for the better for the village. But my point being is that when that was a travesty, when you had cars coming off the 3rd floor of the parking lot, coming around there, zipping, going east on Cullen to get, instead of going around. Because there's no way, you can't get that way, because it's one way. So they would zip around that corner, and it stopped most readily now. The only breakers are the ones at night.
See, the unfortunate thing is, even before the mall expanded, Cullen was always what we call a shortcut. Everybody got up Harlem. Nobody wanted to get Harlem.
That's right.
Or they cut that way to get around Harlem and then back on Harlem.
Yes, sir.
That's part of the problem. But
Sure.
I know this, we have a pretty good patrol over there.
Oh, yeah.
And as soon as the weather gets a little warmer, we'll put the speed trap back out
Speed
there.
trap will be back.
We've been gathering data for what, 6-8 months well, we've been trying to get some data on
We've been
that.
trying to get some data, but when.
I remember when they would bring it through the summer, they'd bring that little cart on the back of that, and they'd lock it down.
There's the guy up there right now, Fred, he's the one.
Fred, yeah. And then everybody,
Hi, Freddie.
and they would try to zip into the parking lot, and they couldn't do it because of the obstacle of that unit. See, and they had to slow down right by the middle, right?
See, in the winter, when it gets so cold and everything, that's gonna affect the machine, that's why we can't have that.
Sure. Mhm.
But we will have that out there again.
Yes, sir.
If there's any more situations or problems, you show up and come talk to us again.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Come on up. Don't be bashful.
My name's Frank Stoffel. I live 4826 North Chester Avenue. First of all, a couple compliments for the village Public Works Department. I thought they did an outstanding job. My street was perfectly clear the whole time, and I was very impressed by that.
Was your street like Alden Burke in Chicago?
Yeah, it must be. I don't know. I felt important. I felt important. So,
I'll have to check and see who knows you.
yeah, but yeah, I thought they really did a great job, and they also helped me. We had a water main break, and my car was on the street. The water froze around my tires, and my car was stuck. And a couple of the guys helped me salt and shovel and push it out. So I thought that was. They could have said,
They're good people. They're
yeah,
really good
they could have ignored it and went back to work, but they helped me, so I thought that was outstanding. Also, the police department I'd like to commend, because I see them around, and they're always, you know, seem like a top-notch department compared to some other towns I've lived in. Not my complaint.
I know it's a mud color.
Yeah, it's a similar issue. On Chester, I think a lot of people are using that as a shortcut. They're cutting through, they're coming down, I think it's Ainsley, coming off of Cumberland to get back to Lawrence, or vice versa, to avoid that intersection. Not sure why. We also get the pizza delivery guys. I mean, they're hauling down that street. We almost had a fight on our street because one of the fathers, you know, he was out there with his kids playing, and he went over there to the store in front of the driver, and they were screaming. I walked over there just to make sure nothing happened, and it was crazy. I mean, these guys are. There's one guy in particular that drives like a red Camaro or something, and I'm not exaggerating. It's got to be 50, 60 miles an hour. I'm a police officer too, so I'm not. You know, I got a little bit better.
And this is the 4800 block in Chester.
Correct. So it's got to be the two.
You
And
know,
I understand.
Is it, are they coming off of Ainsley, or are they going east or westbound on Ainsley? Is it coming from,
I think it's.
are they coming north off of on Chester from Lawrence, or are they going eastbound on Ainsley, or westbound on Ainsley from Cumberland?
You know, I don't know which way they're. I don't know. I'm
They
guessing
do it
they're coming
both
off of
directions.
Cumberland because you know I'm closer to Lawrence Avenue, so I can't really tell where they're coming from. But they're flying, you know, north and south both directions. And I understand the police department's not going to be able to be out there constantly, and it's.
No, but when we put that big speed thing out there, that slows people down.
Sure.
That's something that we can start moving back and forth, and maybe we can find some funding to get 2 of them, 3 of them, so we can use them in different spots. That's the other thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to make a shot at.
No, I know, Frank. I know, Frank.
No. We understand what you're saying, because Cumberland is starting to get more like Harlem, where it
Yeah.
gets jammed up, and they cut down where I am, on the sunny side, they go straight
Yeah.
through, and they're
And
flying.
it's the guys from, and I knew that, you know, buying a house close to you know, a bar and restaurants and things like that, but
Is it from those pizza places?
it's from those pizza places also. I know, you know, and I know because they park there, so I see them coming out. They put the pizzas in the car, and then, I mean, they're.
What pizza place we talking about?
Well, you got 2 of them, Al's Pizza and Villanopoly.
Oh, okay. That's where the traffic's coming from.
It's from the whole, you know, because you've got the whole strip mall there. So there's 2 different strip malls, but you know, you got their customers coming out. There's Laser Nights Bar. They come out of there, and
You ever try going into the park every night or something to pick up a pizza there?
I know.
It's like bumper cars.
Yeah, and that's why I don't complain, you know, because the parking is an issue too, but I don't complain about that because I understand it's revenue for the village, and when I bought there, I bought knowing that they were there, so I'm not even gonna, you know, the parking to me doesn't really matter. It's the speeding, because I think that could be dangerous, you
The
know.
revenue is nothing if we don't have the safety for the residents. It doesn't make sense.
Sure.
So, Dave has that, Dave will make sure.
I will make sure Frank would do more patrol. I mean, you know.
And I understand that
If
you
you
guys
got
are
any ideas, just give me, you got my number, give me a call.
Okay, yeah, but again,
But we'll put more guys on that street.
I'd like to commend the police department always being very professional, and the public works department, because
They work hard.
in other towns I've lived in, I work in a nearby town, and they're top notch. So,
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else? Going once? Going twice? Okay, motion to adjourn?
I'll make that one.
Trustee Justino? Second. Second, trustee Canals, I'll give it to you this time. Vote please. 6-0, motion carries.